Hi 5K! Welcome to Thursday's reading, your last reading of the week. This is a day where we are going to blend letter sounds. You are going to get to blend more letter sounds and start to read some more. That's our learning target for today, where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. So, let's blend some more letter sounds with our doc workbooks today. So, find your doc book and open it up to page 9, please. Page 9. Remember yesterday you did this page with all the toys, and you got to find the beginning of each of those words. Today you are going to get to read a word that you already know. Let's take a look at this word in the blue letters at the top. Will you take your finger and put it underneath the first letter? What letter is that? It's an O, yes. And an O says what sound? Ah. It says ah. And to read this word, you slide your finger to the next letter, you say that sound. And that's a D. What does the D say? Duh. It says duh, right? And then we have a third letter. What's that third letter? It's another D. Yes. When you have two letters next to each other and they're the same letter, you say the sound only once. Okay? So when you read a word and you see two letters right next to each other, they only say the sound once. You don't say d, d. You just say d. So when you read this word, there are two sounds. Ah, d. Odd. You try it. Sound out that word. Yeah, you should take your finger. Odd. Odd. Have you heard that word before? Odd. Yeah, you might remember it from Oswald, our unit on Oswald. He liked odd animals. Do you remember what odd means? Yeah, odd means strange or unusual, something that you don't see a lot. So the word odd is written up here. I want you to trace those letters in the word odd right now with your pencil. Trace the letters O, D, D for odd. ODD spells odd. And once again, when you have two D's next to each other, you only make the D sound once, not twice. So, you just read the word odd. Way to go. And it's on this page 3 times. And there are two toys of the same kind on each row, and one of them is odd. So for each row, we're going to circle the one that's kind of odd. So for the top row, which one of those toys looks kind of odd? Looks kind of strange? Which one looks odd to you? Yeah, probably this one, right? This looks like a regular bike, but this one has wings on it. Oh my goodness. A flying bike? That sounds pretty odd to me. Circle that flying bike, because that is the odd one. Now, once you've circled the odd bike, move on to the next row. I want you to trace the letters in the next odd, and as you trace them, say their names. As you trace them, say their letter names. O, D, D. I'll give you a second to do that. Yeah, ODD spells odd. Good job. Which one of these toys is odd? Is it this one or this one? Yeah, this one looks more odd. This looks like a regular spaceship, right? This one has Oh my goodness. It has flippers or something and balloons. Looks pretty odd to me. Circle that odd spaceship. By the way, these are toys that Doc invented. She made these up. Because remember, Doc also likes to invent things, come up with new things that haven't been made before. So she made this flying bike. She made this fancy spaceship. Let's look at the next thing she made. This time, when you trace the letters of odd, say their sounds as you trace them. Say their sounds. So say the O sound, the D sound as you trace that. Like this. Ah, D. Like that. Trace those letters. So as you wrote those letters, as you traced those letters, you should have said ad. But we only say, when we read this, we only say the D sound once, right? Ad. Ad. Good job. So which one of these toys looks odd to you? Is it this one or this one? This one looks more odd to me, doesn't it? That's that dishwasher or dish fixer that Doc made. Circle that fancy dishwasher. That one looks more odd than this one. So, good job. You just spelled, wrote, and sounded out and read the word odd 3 times. Way to go. You get to do some more reading on our next page. Turn to pages 10 and 11. Turn to pages 10 and 11. Those pages look like this, with these 4 pictures on them and the 4 sets of words at the bottom. These 2 pages actually tell a story about Doc. Here, I'm going to tell you the story, and then we are going to cut out the words that tell what's going on in the picture. We're going to get to read all of these words. You'll cut them out, and then you'll glue them to match the picture so that the story, the words, match with the pictures to tell the story. So here's the story about Doc. The first picture, remember we always read from left to right. So we start at the picture on the left. So start over here and listen to the story. It says, first, Doc got a brown wooden toy dog. Okay. Next, Doc tried to think of something to do with the toy. Then, Doc turned the dog into an odd dog by painting polka dots all over it and putting green paint on it. So, odd dog. Then, last, Doc was covered with paint, so she looked like a very odd Doc because she was covered in paint. So, what we have to do is put the words to go with the pictures up here. First, let's read them. Let's find out what these words say. So, when we read a word, remember, you take your finger and you have to sound out each letter and you blend those sounds together. So, let's start with this green word down here. You have to start by putting your finger underneath that capital D, and then you say the D sound, D. After you say the D sound, you slide it to the O, and you say the O sound, ah, D, ah, and then you say the C sound, K, D, ah, K, D, ah, K, Doc. See how you blend that together to spell Doc? You try it. You blend those sounds together. Yeah, D-A-C, Doc. Let's look at the next one, those purple words. Now, Is there one word or two words here in the purple? There are actually two words. And the reason you can tell there are two words is because there's a space in the middle here. Do you see how there's more space here than between the other letters? That's because this is two different words. So as we sound out this one, we have to stop here because that's one word, and then we can sound out the next word. So let's sound out the first word. You try it. Take your finger, try just those three letters, and sound out this word here. Do you recognize that word? We just spelled it on the previous page, right? We just spelled it out earlier. It's odd. Remember when you have two D's in a row, you just say the D sound one time. So O sound ah, D sound d. Odd. Odd. Okay. That's the first word. The next word, let's try sounding out this word. Put your finger underneath the capital D. You say the D sound, d. Next letter, ah. Last letter, G, g. Dog, d, a, g, dog. The O has a little bit different sound in this one, but when those three letters are together, it says dog, dog. So together, these words say odd dog, odd dog. Okay, let's read our last two sets of words, and then we're going to glue them to fit onto the story. Now, you should recognize this word. What does this word say? It says odd, right? You put your finger underneath O and the two D's. Ah, d. Odd. Very good. And then sound out this word, the second word. D, a, k, d, k, d. Remember, the D says d, a, k, duck. So these two words say odd duck. Odd duck. See that? Last word. What does this word say? Remember this O is going to be a little bit different. Let's sound it out. D, a, g. Dog. 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 Sometimes you can say it either way. So, d-og, dog. So, we have our sets of words now. Now we need to cut them out so that we can glue them onto the page. So if you do not have scissors with you, pause the video, go get scissors and glue. Scissors and glue for this page. And to cut them out, I want you to first cut on the green lines. Cut the green lines first, and then I'll tell you what to do next. So once you have your scissors, cut along the green lines, please, to cut out those words that we just read. So here's my first set, and then cut along the green lines first. Make sure you're only cutting that one page, not all of them, right? So once you have your two sets cut out with the green lines, then you can cut along the purple lines. And then you have those two sets of words. And then you can cut along the purple line on the other one too. When you're done cutting, then you should have 4 ice cream lines with those words on them. So if you need more time to cut, pause the video and then finish cutting out these words, because now I'm going to show you, we're going to talk about where to glue these onto to match the pictures. So let's look at the first picture. Does this picture have odd doc? Does it have just Doc? Does it have just the dog? Or is he an odd dog? Is he dog, Doc, odd dog, or odd Doc? Is he odd yet? No, he's not odd yet. So this is just the regular dog, right? Dog, dog. So find the word that says dog and glue it beneath just the regular dog. That's the first part of the story. Doc found that dog. So find your dog, take your glue, put some glue on that section underneath the regular dog, the first picture, and then put dog underneath that picture. Dog, dog. Good job. So once you have dog glued underneath the dog, let's look at the next picture. We see Doc there. Which set of words goes with this picture? Odd dog, odd Doc, or just Doc? Which one? Is Doc odd yet in this picture? Is she odd? No, she's not odd until this picture, right? Until she got the paint all over her. So this is just regular Doc. So find your word that says Doc. Find the one that says Doc. Did you find the green one? Hopefully, because that one is the one that says Doc. So put glue underneath Doc. And then glue on the word Doc. Because that's just regular old Doc right now. Doc. So glue down Doc right there. If you need more time to glue, just pause it. Okay. So we have 2 left. This third picture, the third, first, second, third picture, is this picture a picture of odd Doc? Or is it a picture of an odd dog? Which one? Yeah, that one is the odd dog. Find the word that says odd, the 2 words that say odd dog. Did you pick out the purple ones? I hope so, because that one says odd dog. The purple one says odd dog. So glue on odd dog beneath the odd dog. She made him look really silly with all those polka dots and green and a flag on his tail. Oh my. So glue on odd dog beneath the odd dog. And then we only have 1 set of words left. What does the last set of words say? Sound out the last set of words. To sound it out, you should have put your finger underneath each letter, say their sound, and then you put their sounds together, right? Ah, duh, duh. When there's two letters, we only say the sound once. Ah, duh. New word. D, ah, k, duck. So our words say odd duck. That's the words for our very last odd duck, right? So glue odd duck into your last part there underneath that picture. Put glue in underneath the crazy duck covered in paint and put that on top. Odd duck. All right. Once you have those orange words, those odd doc glued underneath your odd doc, I hope that these pages have helped you learn how to blend those sounds together and start to read these words. It's so exciting, kindergartners. What you need to do once you have everything glued down here is have your grown-up upload pages 9, this one with the odd, pages 9, 10, and 11 to the red reading folder, pages 9, 10, and 11 to the red reading folder so that we can see that you started to spell odd and put that story together. We're really excited to see your work. Thanks for your really hard work in reading this week, kindergartners, and we'll see you next week. Good job today.